Good, happy Wednesday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to your news and weather update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. We will get started in just a minute. Hopefully, you're all having a great Wednesday morning. First up, Salem Planning Board reviews redevelopment of Rockingham Park. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Tonight, the Salem Planning Board got its first look at the full redevelopment plan for Rockingham Park. The developer of the future Tuscan Village presented his retail, office, and residential plan for the former racetrack. Joe Faro says it will mean $11 million in tax revenue for Salem and 5,000 permanent jobs. And Faro says the level of architecture and landscaping will impact nearby projects as well.
So you're not just going to get conventional box development that just throws up a box and leaves. They're going to have to rise to this level of development, which we think is a very good thing for the town of Salem.
And Faro hopes to break ground early next year with the project finished by 2019.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Education Commissioner confirmation hearing turns contentious. Let's take a listen to this video from NH1 News.
Hearing, it is my hope that you will have a sense of my passion for children and for education and be able to support my confirmation.
That is Frank Edelblut, Governor Chris Sununu's nominee for the New Hampshire Education Commissioner. As NH1 News political director Paul Steinhauser reports, his hearing today turned a bit contentious.
I want to see public education work well for all students.
Frank Edelblut in his opening statement. The former state representative and businessman who narrowly lost to Governor Sununu in last summer's Republican gubernatorial primary is a major advocate for school choice.
We need to move beyond the idea that choice in education is a zero-sum game, that success of a public charter school is somehow a loss for a standard public school.
Sparks igniting minutes later as some in the packed crowd at the hearing in front of the Executive Council complained.
We want to hear. We want to hear.
You should have gone earlier.
We want to hear.
Maybe you should leave.
We can't hear.
The real drama coming next as Democratic Councilor Andrew Volinsky questioned Edelblut's qualifications for the job.
You've never taught as a public school teacher?
I have taught as a homeschool teacher.
Do you equate being a homeschool teacher with being the teacher in a public school?
I do not.
Republican Councilor David Wheeler then clashing with Volinsky.
You do it. We defer to Councilor Prescott and to the public.
Are you asking me to defer?
Yes, I decline to defer.
Republicans hold a 3-2 majority on the council, which means Edelblut will likely win confirmation tomorrow when the council's expected to vote. At the State House, I'm NH1 News political director Paul Steinhauser reporting.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Trump nominates Neil Gorsuch for Supreme Court. President Donald Trump has nominated Judge Neil Gorsuch as his pick to replace late Justice Anthony Scalia on the Supreme Court. Gorsuch, 49, is currently a judge on the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals. He was nominated by President George W. Bush in 2006 and confirmed by the Senate in a voice vote. And there you go on that report. Hold on, everyone. Sorry about that. Thales BMW falls short in electric vehicle crash tests. A new round of crash tests highlight areas where Thales Model S and BMW i3 failed a score as high as other electric vehicles rated by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Fighting flares in eastern Ukraine. Let's take a listen to this video from CNN.
We have seen an escalation in recent days since the weekend, the Ukrainian side saying 8 of its soldiers have been killed. We're hearing about 10 civilian casualties from the U.S. State Department and reports of casualties on the Russian-backed rebel side as well. It's concentrated in the areas north of Donetsk, particularly the town of Avdiivka, where we're hearing 20,000 people or more are still without heat, water or electricity because of shelling of critical infrastructure in that area. And as you say, both sides are blaming each other for the escalation of this conflict. Take a listen to what the Ukrainian president had to say about it.
Наші військовослужбовці.
Today, for the first time in many days, Grad systems were used against civilians and our divisions. Large caliber artillery was used, and there was intense shelling. If someone dares to talk about lifting sanctions, then what else do you need to bring the aggressor to responsibility?
And the Russian Foreign Ministry also releasing a statement saying that the Ukrainian side are the ones who have been using the heavy artillery in violation of the Minsk Protocol, that ceasefire agreed in September 2015. And the U.S. State Department also put out a statement yesterday saying that they urge for an immediate ceasefire and that they are still supporting those Minsk protocols. Rex Tillerson, the new Secretary of State, expected to be sworn in later today. This will be one of his first tests.
There you go on that report. And now time to look for your weather. Your weather for today, periods of light snow early, 1 to 3 inches likely. Some sunny breaks in the afternoon, highs in the mid-30s. For tonight, partly cloudy skies, lows in the lower 20s. And we have 80 active closings and delays for you to report. And let's take a look at your traffic right now. Your traffic right now, we're seeing a lot of green roadways and a lot of yellow roadways and a lot of red roadways as well. Your traffic is moving a little okay on this morning, but it's very slippery out there because of the snow. And that does it for your news and weather update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday. Goodbye, everyone.